We're here outside of one of Greenville's most unique dining experiences here at the Runway Cafe. So let's buckle up and prepare for takeoff and learn more about what the Runway Cafe is all about. This is Donald Barber with the J. Michael Manley team at Keller Williams, Greenville, Upstate, and today we're at the Runway Cafe with owner Mike Bliss. And Mike, we appreciate you having us out today to learn a little bit more about the Runway Cafe. And so my first question is, how long have you been here and what gave you the idea to open up a restaurant right by a runway?
Well, interesting story. I used to be at the Open Book bookstore on Pleasantburg, and then they shut down about 12 years ago. So a customer of mine said that the airport was looking for a restaurant for many years. And so I came up here and talked to them, and everything went well with the interview and the set up. We did construction for about a year, and here we are. So we've been here now about 11 years. So it's been very nice for us. We love it here.
So Mike, whenever I come here, I always end up getting the Boynton burger. I love it with the barbecue and the onion on it and everything. And I love finishing my meal off with some of your fried Oreos. So tell us more about your menu. What you have a great variety, and what are some customer favorites?
I would say for sure the hamburgers. I mean, we sell more hamburgers, cheeseburgers than anything else. A lot of people don't know that you can get a black bean patty substituted for the burger if you're a vegetarian, or chicken if you don't want to go the beef route. But we also have really nice salads, and we do some sandwiches, hot sandwiches and cold sandwiches, and we have some fish, like a fish sandwich too, and we do a lot of wraps. We make our homemade chicken salad here. It's really good. It's a pesto-based chicken salad. But I would say probably the favorite would be the cheeseburgers and the fried Oreos.
and so where do you get, you have some creative names like the Boynton. Where did the names on the menu come from?
Pretty much everything on the menu is named after either an aviator or an aviation type theme. Like a barnstormer would just be a plane flight, and the Boynton, like you say, is named after Patio Boynton, famous pilot. So,
all right. What a lot of people might not know about your place is that you have an incredible amount of party room space out here in the hangar where we are, and you also have a back room meeting space. Both of these, I know, especially during these times with COVID and all, still offer, some great social distancing if people want to go, need to do that. So tell us about, what's the max capacity maybe of each area, and also what are your typical pricing for events?
Okay. Well, our hangar is 3,000 square feet and is rated for 200 people. And in these times, we're kind of limiting that to 100 people.
Okay.
Just to kind of give people a little more area to, have some space and distance.
Yeah.
But it's generally a $500 rental for 5 hours, and that comes with tables and chairs and all that stuff. You get parking, bathrooms, everything's included. And then if you wanted to have a party with food and stuff, it actually goes down a little bit on the rental price.
Okay.
It ends up being really nice. And then we have a conference room that sits about 35 people.
Okay.
And during this time, maybe 20.
Okay.
Just to kind of space people out, but it's nice. It also has tables and chairs, tablecloths, and all that stuff come with it.
Yeah.
And it's $150 to rent that for 3 hours.
Okay.
That also comes off of your bill. So if you eat and spend some money with us, then it's no charge.
Yeah, and just looking out right here, being able to see the planes and everything with the hangar door up, it definitely provides a unique experience out here, and also knowing that maybe a business or an organization could have a small meeting in your meeting room as well. So I think that's great for the public to know. Now, Mike, we touched on earlier the party space in the hangar, and of course in the back room with the meeting room. You also have a lot of unique events here throughout the years. I'm looking at some of the pictures on the wall. I know a few years ago I brought my family here for the Amelia Earhart thing, where you had all the old cars out there and old planes from that time period. So what are some events that you've had in the past, and are there any planned given with COVID and all, or is there anything planned maybe later on in 2021?
Well, we have in the past, like you say, with the Amelia Earhart and the Chautauqua group, they come and sit in our hangar, and they've had that maybe 3 or 4 times so far with us now.
Okay.
And then the B-17, B-24, a couple of war planes have been out here every year, barring last year and 2019, based on a incident they had. But yeah, for probably 6 or 7 years straight, they came out here, and they are actually planning on coming back out this year. So in October, we'll have some warbirds out here again, and they sit right on the apron there, and you can see them from the park, from the restaurant. It's really cool. And we have another group that's come from around us in the southeast that brings another B-17 and B-24 out here. And we have, of course, the 5K on the runway, the race that they do every year. It's an annual race that raises money for the park and awareness of the area. And, that goes really well. It's actually a very popular race with a lot of the runners because it's flat, as you can imagine, on the runway. Instead of having hills, so a lot of people get their best times that they ever have on a 5K out here.
Gotcha.
Popular.
Now, a lot of parents in this area have discovered that you have actually a really nice park on the other side of here for the kids to play, and you also have a shelter, kind of like a pavilion area, picnic area. So what are your, it's gotten a facelift, I know, over the last couple years. So what are the typical park hours, and for people that are out of town or have never been here, what can they expect over in the park area?
Okay, that's a great question. A lot of people call up and they wonder if the park is open, if we're closed, and it is. The park is open basically when the sun's out. So, or if it's cloudy. As long as it's light out, the park is open. And there's a nice walking trail around there. Kids can bring bikes, tricycles, scooters, whatever, and go around. There's some large playground equipment. And like I said, the picnic pavilion, so you can come and bring a meal out if you don't want to eat here. Eat out there at the picnic pavilion, or have a little party. And there's lots of parking. They just built a new parking lot there last year, so there's a ton of parking for that. It's independent from our restaurant parking. And they're talking about putting in now a miniature golf course and a splash pad, which is going to be really great.
Oh, wow. Mike, we have a lot of people that are obviously moving to the upstate and Greenville, and you know, we have some people that live here locally that might not know about your business yet. So what is your website address, and then where can they find you throughout social media?
Okay, well, good question. Our website is www.runwaycafegmu.com, and the GMU stands for Greenville Municipal, which this used to be the only airport in Greenville. So and then we have a Facebook account also that has a lot of people that like it, and we follow it. We're pretty good about updating it. The airport also works with us and posts anything that's coming to the airport, any airplanes or special events, and then put it on our Facebook page.
You've told us a lot today. We've learned about the menu, the meeting spaces, the events. Is there anything we haven't touched on that you want to make sure the public knows about with the Runway Cafe?
Well, we are doing everything we can to socially distance inside and meeting all the regulations and everything, but what they might not know is that our patio here is one of the largest outdoor seating areas in Greenville. We have the capacity to seat about 120 people out on the patio, still distanced, and you get a better view of the planes.
Mike, thank you so much for having us out today. We've learned about parks, planes, party space, meeting space, plenty of social distancing, and all of that wrapped into a great menu that you have here. So make sure that you don't run, but fly to the Runway Cafe, where you will land a great meal and experience. Until then, we'll see you next time.